So your aunt is some kind of champion. For horseback riding, I assume, right?
Bingo! Not to be mean or anything, but her glory days were a long time ago. It's been 8 years.
Glory? It doesn't last forever. But it really doesn't matter that much. I mean, she's not in charge of a horse farm for nothing. Horses are what are important to her, right?
Bullseye, Miss Detective. And she managed to drag her husband and her best friend on the adventure too. But then they did everything they could to be here.
Oh yeah? What do you mean?
Oh, it's easy. They learn high-level horseback riding together at the same academy. And since then, it's all for one and one for all. Then, 3 years ago, they entered an ad together. The owner of the stud farm hired them. Then, as you know, they brought me here later.
Flora almost seems to regret doing that now, doesn't she?
Are you kidding? We love each other. My aunt's quite a tough character, but I wouldn't have her any other way.
Oliver knows the stud farm inside out, Emma. And if you need anything at all, you should go talk to him. Thank you for agreeing to help us. Oliver knows the...
You should look for Oliver, Emma. He'd be happy to take you on a tour of the stud farm. I often get irritated with him, but at heart, he's not really a bad boy. And of course, you don't choose your family.
You know, sometimes Flora can be really hard on poor Oliver. I happen to think he's right. Horses love colours, and that pink, it's so pretty. You should find him and try to calm him down. He seems to really like you.
Now you'll try cross-country.
Oliver knows the
Hey, I shouldn't just make myself at home. I better go look for Oliver. His explanations on how the stud farm is run would be really helpful. Hey, I shouldn't just make... Your aunt was talking about a disappearance earlier? What happened?
Oh, that. It's a strange story. Marie, the owner of this place, disappeared 2 months ago, and since then, nothing, not a trace, not a word.
Wow, that's crazy. And no one has any idea where she might be?
No, none. We don't even know if she's still alive. We told the police, but she's an adult and in good health. And since we're not her family, it's complicated to begin the searching process. So they looked a little, but without any luck.
Okay, I understand a little better why your aunt is so stressed out. She had to take over everything, and I can imagine that being in charge of a stud farm this size must be a lot of work. Hello, Oliver.
Hi, Emma. Are you angry with me?
Why would I be angry with you?
Well, I kind of pressured you into staying, using the false birth, and you being a vet who could help us.
Well, it's true that you did sort of pressure me, but, well, I let myself get involved. And I love animals and nature, so I don't regret being here.
Oh, good. I'm relieved. You know, I love animals too, especially horses. I think we understand each other. I have a real connection with them.
Yeah? And what makes you say that?
A relationship I had once with a mare. I was 8 years old, a long time ago.
True. That was quite a while ago. Okay, come on, tell me. I'm sure it's a beautiful story.
It is, and it's had a lifelong effect on me. But, well, I don't have time now. I gotta go, Flora's waiting. I'll tell you next time. Promise.
Okay, I'll wait then. Bye. Michael. Gorgeous day, isn't it? I love this place. So calm, so beautiful.
I agree, Emma. And without this sword of Damocles hanging over our heads, we would be so close to paradise here. But no matter how many times I turn things around in my head, logic always leads me to the same answer. The stud farm is in grave danger.
You're right, Michael. And I see how much Flora is suffering because of it. Unfortunately, I don't know what to do to help her.
For the time being, the main problem is financial. But if our activities continue and money starts coming in, we can at least delay the threat for a while and block the mayor's ambitions. But that would just be second best. We have to find Marie. She's the key.
Her disappearance is really strange. Marie was so close to you. How could she deliberately abandon you like that? I don't believe it. By the way, how did you meet Marie? How did you end up here?
Oh, that. It's pretty simple, actually. When Flora and I decided to live together, our goal was simple. Our home, our environment, our work, everything had to be centered around horses. We couldn't imagine creating our own academy. We didn't have the money for it, or the desire. The competitive aspect had become minor in Flora's eyes. We were looking for a place where we could raise, tame, train, and care for horses, and also a place where people who love these animals could get to know them and learn to appreciate them.
Beautiful project for a couple.
A bit more than that, since we decided to bring Carol in as well. We began looking and contacting people, but without any success. I then decided to get back in touch with the man who had taught me everything I know in Canada.
Wow, you had an equestrian mentor?
You could say that. John was basically a good man, a whisperer, like you guys say in the U.S. At that time, I was young and a bit wild. He tamed me like he did the sick horses, whispering soft advice into my ear. I learned everything I know from John, and it's thanks to him that we met Marie. But I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me. I'll tell you the rest later. The horses are calling.
Hey, no problem, Michael. I love your story, and I'll await the next installment as patiently as possible. Okay, bye. Hi, Carol.
Hello, Emma. You know, I'm so happy that you stayed. You were so very precious to us and to the stud farm, and I find you so energetic and nice. The atmosphere here is really a lot better since you got here.
Thanks, Carol. But you know, I don't really deserve such praise. I do what I can, and I do my best. That's all. Same as you, I guess. So, how did you end up here then?
Oh, you know, the circumstances of my presence here could almost be considered a fairy tale. Actually, I arrived here with Flora and Michael. We were together at the Sycamore Academy. Over there, I became very close friends with Flora, and when they decided to start this project together, they invited me to join them. They really are lovely, both of them. Oh my goodness, how I miss our early years, when Marie was here and we didn't have so many worries. What a great team we were.
You shouldn't talk about it as if it were all in the past. You're still together. Okay, Marie has disappeared and you miss her terribly. But we'll clear this mystery up. We have to.
It's like I said, you're just the person we were missing. I'm sure of it. With your help, we're going to find her and be able to continue with our project.
You see? That's good. You have to be positive. But tell me, what is this big project?
Oh, Emma, I'm sorry. I have to take care of the horses. Can I tell you about it another time?
Okay, Carol. I can wait. I'm patient. Okay, bye. Hello, Flora.
Hello, Emma. So, how are you fitting into the village?
Wonderfully. The people are so nice to me, and Oliver helps me a lot. So how are you? You look pretty tired.
You're entirely correct. I am. Ever since Marie disappeared, I've carried the weight of the stud farm single-handedly, without knowing where I'm going or how I'm going to stop the mayor. It's exhausting.
I'd like to help you, Flora. Tell me if there's anything I can do to help out around the farm.
Listen, Emma, for now, our main problem is financial. I don't have the signature to access the stud farm's bank accounts. I've contacted Marie's bank, but there's nothing I can do. We owe town hall money, property, and various other taxes. That's how the mayor's got his hold on us. So we have to get money coming in order to pay our debts. That's why I want the running of the stud farm to be impeccable. It has to be, in order to be able to continue.
I get the message. And I'll let Oliver and the others know.
Thanks, Emma. I have no idea how I'd manage without you.
You would have done it with the others. You have an iron will. I'm just a little soldier committed to your cause.
Well then, Emma, help me to keep my spirits up. Right now, they're a bit low.
You can count on me.